Hey you guys, okay, so before we get started in a second, I'm gonna start over with no makeup and everything, and I totally didn't intend to do this little intro, but I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys. Okay, so this video is gonna get down into some like some deeper things. I don't feel like I always have a chance to talk to you guys about all kinds of like more personal things, but we're gonna talk about some personal things and get a little real. We're gonna talk about like some true crime, like some updatey type things of like some certain shows or some certain things that we talk about. We'll do that later. But I totally did not mention this particular piece of information until later in the video. Christmas is this week, you guys. We have so many things coming up. All those days around that, girl, I'm taking the week off. So usually when I post videos like Monday, Friday-ish, Christmas is obviously Tuesday, Christmas Eve is Monday. Obviously I'm not gonna post then, but I am just gonna take off the Friday too because I'm gonna enjoy myself and have a week off, and you guys should do the same. So the next video that you'll see from me on this channel is on New Year's Eve. It's so good, you don't wanna miss that one. It's gonna be the biggest, it's one of like the biggest, most fun videos of the year, okay? So don't miss that one. So yeah, keep watching, we'll get ready together. Love you guys so much. Hello, you guys. So today we are gonna be doing a video where I'm just gonna be talking and catching up about all kinds of personal stuff and just sharing things that I don't usually, I got my hair done, I got my hair colored. Things that I haven't really shared much lately. I feel like I had so many things lately, like in just regular videos, or there's just so many topics. I feel like I just have too much to do videos on, or just like so many things that I want to talk about that I feel like there's been a lot that I haven't done, and which I guess is a good thing, right? Like I'm definitely not running out of topics, but like a lot of times I just don't feel like I can really catch up with you guys in the way that I want to, or, I don't know. Get really squeaky there. So I thought today, since I gotta get ready anyways, this would be perfect. So yeah, you guys, what is up? I'll link to everything that I'm using, but thought I would just kind of go for it. It is such a gloomy, rainy day, and today I'll probably just put my hair back in a beanie. We gotta go a few places and make some last minute Christmas runs. Let me wipe off my lips. Do you guys feel ready at all? Like, I mean, when people ask me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for Christmas, yeah. But then there's this little list that I have of just all these like little silly things that I still have to do, it's like little last minute things. So hopefully today, did I just swipe foundation? That would be great. So yeah, hopefully today I can get all that done. Speaking of these earrings, you guys, these are so good. Do you remember the clear, did I talk about the little ones or the large ones? I think I talked about the larger ones in a video. These are those pretty lucite ones that what's-her-face wore, what's her name, like Gigi or Bella or something? And the big ones are nice, but I'm not gonna lie, they do look a little like shower curtain ring earrings, like from plane, trains, and automobiles. One of you guys said that when I was wearing them and I almost died. But these are actually, they're doable because they're not huge, but they're not like too small where they look too dinky. Do you know what I mean? I really need to like remove these maybe. Maybe they'll be good after I get my foundation done. I'm gonna have like a big streak on them, that'll be great. So yeah, you guys, just like strap in because this is gonna be probably pretty long. I just feel like I have so much to talk about, and I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. I just feel like I have a lot on my mind. So all of the foundations that I've been trying lately, like I'm not gonna lie, my skin kind of freaked out a little bit. And over the last, I don't know, like maybe good solid month, I started using my acne solutions again, and my skin's been perfect. So I don't know, maybe that's it, maybe it's not. I use this for concealer, the Flawless Fusion. It's like the best. I just use the tiniest little dot, like you can't even see it. And then if I have anything like weird or like dark, I just kind of really, that stuff's good too. Like I don't think that stuff messes with my skin either. Skin is like so dry around my nose right now. It's this weather, man. So a lot of you guys have asked what Olivia is asking for Christmas this year. So she's 3, she's gonna be 4 soon. And she's really into like music and instruments and like just really into all that kind of stuff. And so on her list, it's been like instruments, real ones. Santa, I think, found some really good ones. And also she's really into like cars, like little toy cars, and like making ramps and stuff. So maybe like a Hot Wheels, like one of those like little ramp sets, I don't know. And a little set of like real dolls for her dollhouse, because y'all, that dollhouse in her room is like it's amazing. That's like the best little dollhouse. I shared a bunch of pictures of her room recently because we did like this whole like Christmas like purge thing, which usually we keep her stuff pretty cleaned out, but the storage in her room is nuts. She's got like, I'm gonna stick my finger in this. She's got like so much like hidden storage, and it collects so much junk. And so anyways, we cleaned out a whole bunch of stuff, but she's been using like her Little People dolls, which she's not really into playing with like the whole Little People sets anymore, but she likes the little dolls for her dollhouse, and she just kind of like, so we found like a real set of dolls that go with her dollhouse. So yeah, so we're gonna keep it kind of simple. It was so funny when I shared that picture of her room, everybody's like, do you not like color in her room? Like, are you restricting colorful toys? Girl, why the hell would anyone restrict colorful toys from a child? Like, come on, no. I'm using the hourglass veil. No, it's called a clean room, okay? That's literally what I said in the caption. We cleaned the room. Like, hence no toys everywhere. And here's the thing, like, I'm so over, and maybe this is gonna be like a rant, but I don't know. I really want this video to be positive, and I think this whole like message will be positive. But here's the thing, why the hell would I post a picture and just constantly try to post pictures of a messy house and say, guys, look how real I am? To me, that's the fakest shit I've ever seen. Like, I don't think that is the goal. Like, I'm not trying to prove to you guys how real I am. I'm just a person on here like posting stuff. I don't have to prove how real I am. You know what I mean? I don't have to say, guys, look at me with no makeup on. You guys see me with no makeup on. I don't have to like say, oh, look how dirty my house is today, keeping it real. Like, no, girl, all our houses are messy on the daily. Like, if my house looks good, I'm gonna post a picture of it because I think it's pretty. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just weird. It's just the whole mentality of social media is so weird. And I know it's kind of like what I do for a living. And like, I tell people this all the time, like, you have to really kind of be careful about it, and you have to be realistic about it. And like, for me, I don't force myself to post all the time. I post when I want to post. If I go a week without posting, so be it. But like, in me, like, I cringe when I see things that are too like staged. I just can't do it, you know? And it's like, I want to post things that make me feel good, that make you guys feel good. But I also think you guys are smarter than some people feel that social media is such an accurate representation of someone's life. And you see that all the time, like, oh my gosh, people that post need to be aware that young people are and that this is not real life, you guys. If someone posts a picture where they look thin after pregnancy, this is not real life. Is that girl's real life? You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's the same. Not everybody is a size 0. Not everybody is a size 8. Not everybody is a size 14 or 20. And it's like, you know, if a girl is a 00, that's her real. You know what I mean? And if a girl is size 20, that is her real and beautiful. And it's like, you know what I mean? And I think with social media, wow, I feel like really kind of, I'm getting really into this topic right now. We'll continue, but let me first talk about this drugstore eyebrow pencil. Okay, I ran out of all my eyebrow stuff the other day, and I was like, oh, I'll just go into my stash in there. I know I've got something. I had nothing. Like, I had used up all my eyebrow stuff. All I had was like my colored eyebrow gels, and so I just grabbed this CoverGirl pencil, and it's made exactly like all those, like the Anastasia and all that, and it's in honey brown, and it might be just a hair too dark for me, but I really like it, you guys. I might get a lighter shade when I go back today. See, that's what happens with drugstore. By the time I buy the color I need, I'm gonna end up spending what I would have just spent on my expensive one that I know works. But this one works if you can just get the color right. So yeah, check this out. This one is very good. I need more lip balm. Let me just go ahead and do what I'm gonna do so they look decent. God, I'm like peeling, oh my goodness. I almost think it's weird when you see someone that's like, you know, complaining about, oh, this person posts pretty photos. I'm not gonna feel guilty about posting pretty photos if that's what I want to post. But like, and I never get that. Like, I'm not saying I get that, but I'm saying like, you just see people in general saying like, people try to make people feel so guilty about what they're posting. Like, oh, well, that looks too good. That's not real. Or, you know what I mean? Like, whatever people are posting, just accept it for what it is. You're choosing to follow them. If you don't want to follow them, don't follow them. I don't care. I joke all the time. Like, I will get my, like, I'd be happy with 10 people. If they just, I don't care. I don't care about numbers. I never have. I just want a group of people that are like here and cool and are like, you know, Whoa, just knocked over everything. It looks really funny in this viewfinder. I don't know if this black top is also making all the lighting flip out. It probably is. It's never perfect anyway, so let's just continue. But I think my main thing here is, as parents, especially with all of this, you know, I mean, gosh, social media is just more and more prevalent every day. The main thing that we need to do for our kids is, and that we all need to do for ourselves, is you gotta accept the fact that you gotta teach your kids, okay, you might see someone post a beautiful photo. That doesn't represent 100% of their life. That doesn't mean that their house is perfect all the time. That doesn't mean that they're perfectly made up all the time, or that their hair is perfect, or that they look perfect all the time if they post a photo. You know what I mean? I think what it is you just have to make people aware, make your kids aware that social media is not 100% of anyone's life. And I think if people just knew that, no one would care what the heck people posted. Nobody would be shaming anybody for anything. It's just weird to me. Like, it's just, I think it's more so the mindset that even adults have gotten into of share everything, you know, everything, every trip we go on, you know, we're doing this for our blog, for our this, for our that, which is great because it's a business and I get that more than anybody. But I've always from the beginning said, okay, well, if I'm gonna make this into like what I do, I'm gonna do it in an honest, real way. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna post what I wanna post. I'm gonna work with brands that I wanna work with. And like, you know what I mean? And maybe I'm not making any sense right now, but I just feel like the most refreshing thing has not been this eyebrow pencil, because I feel like it's like a little, like it's so good, but I feel like it's too dark. It is too dark. Okay, whatever. But let's just continue putting it on. Let's just keep adding to fix the problem, which is not a good thing, but we're gonna do that. I can't tell you how refreshing it is to, and I've done this for the last several years, to not feel like you have to share everything, to not feel like you have to vlog everything. Or you always see people, or you hear of like, oh, the reality TV show curse, where like people that are on reality TV shows or whatever end up divorced, or people, even like people on YouTube whose like lives just kind of like fall apart, or, oh, I hated doing this, I'm not gonna do this anymore. You know, it's like, well, that's good. You shouldn't be doing it if you hate it. But I think that people can also kind of step back and make things into exactly what they want to make them into. Don't share on such a tight schedule if it bothers you, or if you have nothing to talk about. Don't force yourself to share things of your like family or of this or whatever you want to share. But like, I think what it is it becomes like you're putting on this like persona for cameras, or you're putting on, like, even if you're just in sweats and you're like, look how real I am, you're doing that to appear more real. So it's like a game. It's like an act, you know what I mean? And it's hard for someone to film themselves all the time and just be on all the time in a real way. And I just don't think that's a natural thing to do. And like, if that's a part of what you're doing and you're like, it is an act and that's just what I'm doing, well then girl, then do it. But it's just a hard thing for a lot of people to be cool with and for their relationships to survive. And I do feel like if you have a relationship, like I've been with Brad since before I started this, I feel like you have to really you have to not use your relationship as content. You can't, I mean, that's so stupid to say, that sounds so gross, but it is so true. Like, show photos when you want to of your family or your child, or do this or that. But like, you know, when we go on family trips or this or that, like I don't want to say, okay, well we got to go here because it's going to look really good, or we've got to make sure to have a photographer with us to capture this, and we've got to do this and that. Like, first of all, that is my worst nightmare. Like, I cannot do that kind of stuff. And it makes it stressful. And years back when, gosh, even before Olivia, I remember making this decision to kind of like be a little more chill and to just make things work for me in my way and not the way maybe it works for everyone else. And it has been amazing. It's been the best. Like, every year gets better and better. And it's like, it's hard to explain, but I'm just doing exactly what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I'm using the Soft Glam palette. Let's take a break to that. But I don't know. I'm not trying to do like a super different look. I'm just not even thinking about it. I'm just kind of doing what I guess I would do if I was like really just kind of getting ready and not thinking about it and like doing a lot of makeup. I didn't really plan on like doing eyeshadow today, but I guess I am. You know, take social media with a grain of salt. Not in that what you're seeing is fake, but in that what you're seeing is not 100% of someone's life. If someone is so like you know, beautifully photographed and that's their aesthetic, that's what they do, that's wonderful. But don't say, oh my gosh, they look like this all the time. No, girl, they don't. And I don't think they're trying, most people, I don't think are trying to even make you feel like that. I think that's just what they want to post. That's how beautiful they want their Instagram to look. That's what they want to do, and that is amazing. But I think the part that really kind of bugs me is when people kind of judge that, no matter what people do on social media, when people judge anything. If you don't like something, don't follow them. And you know what? Also step back and take it with a grain of salt and say, this is just their Instagram. This is just their Facebook. But again, I think what gets sort of difficult is when people do sort of roll everything into their real life and they document every trip, every, you know, cool place they go. And it's like, I can't tell you how many times we go places, or, you know, every now and then I used to post cute pictures, like when we would go to the farm or when we would like go on a trip or something. And I can't tell you, I don't even post photos when we go on trips hardly anymore. But then again, I may go on a trip and just Instagram the hell out of it the whole time I'm there. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you just have to do what you want to do, but just don't feel like you have to do things for the sake of posting. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's good advice for people that do what I do. And for people that it's not their job, where they're just literally like posting fun photos of their kids or of their family or whatever on Facebook, and might get caught up in the whole like comparison thing. I think it's such a big deal when you see people constantly making that, oh, it's a comparison thing, it's this and that. I think everybody just needs to stop with the whole comparison thing, and it's not people's fault of what they post, it's the people themselves. Stop thinking that social media is real life. And as we sort of raise our kids, we have to really kind of like, we have to tell them that. But something too, and it's difficult, I know even when I'm explaining it, it's kind of hard because it's, you know, it's hard to explain, but it's true. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. And also like years ago, okay, first of all, let me just talk about this. First of all, I cannot find this anywhere anymore. I tried to find it at Target the other day. I tried to find it in the drugstore. I could not find it. I'm really upset about it. Should I use this, or should I just, it's the Maybelline Curvy, okay? But this is, this Chanel eyeliner is really, no. I mean, ideally I would like to find one at the drugstore that could compare to, this is amazing. Like nothing, gosh, nothing compares to that. This is good. I don't know, we'll use it. It's the Chanel eyeliner pen. So especially when we had Olivia, I started getting a lot more aware of like, okay, we're taking family trips. Like, you know, am I gonna be just posting the whole time? Am I gonna, you know, do I wanna like take photos? Do I wanna vlog? And the answer is not always, you know what I mean? So I can't tell you how many trips we go on that just either I never talk about, we never show, I never, you know, and it's like so refreshing when you, and this happened like several years back, like way before Olivia, Brad and I went on a trip. And we didn't do any social media. We didn't post it. You know, Brad's doesn't really do social media anyways. But like, you know, it's just like, we didn't do anything. Like we didn't post anything. It was the best trip ever. We were so in the moment. And I just knew like, okay, when I have a child, like that's what I want to do. You know, I don't want to feel like we all have to just, you know, we all have to just show everything and do everything. I think maybe that's just the message. Just do exactly what you want to do. Show what you want to show. Post things when you want to post them. But don't get caught up in like, you know, your family is content and you have to, oh, we're going on a trip, we have to vlog this. Like, girl, no, you don't. You know what I mean? It's been like the happiest years, but I feel like I've posted more than ever and I've done more than ever here. I just feel like I found a really good balance, and maybe it's a good mental balance, and maybe it's something that I can help, you know, maybe y'all can be more aware of that too this year. Like, you know, just follow the people that make me happy. You know, if somebody does, and I see this all the time, like if somebody doesn't make you feel good, don't follow them. If someone's driving you to like make a negative comment, like get out of here. I don't care, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's like allergies or what. It's like raining today, it's just weird. I don't know, I'm like, my nose is just blah. You know, I did not plan to talk about that, but I'm just saying, be more in the moment. I think we can all be more in the moment. Like, I'm not talking about just people that do YouTube, or does this side look bigger? Does this one look bigger, kind of? I know not everyone can relate to that or whatever, but like, I think a lot of people have Facebooks. A lot of people, you know, are just feeling like they have to share every thought, everything, and you know, you don't. You really don't. Okay? You just really don't. I think you gotta have that private time. You gotta have that family time, and you can share just as much. You can share just as much like content that you want to share. Of course, like, could I get desperate and start sharing like a whole bunch of clickbaity crap about my family and about, you know, things I've gone through lately, or like, you know, anything, sure. Okay, but like I said, I ain't that desperate for crap. Y'all, I didn't mean to get heavy or anything. Like, I feel like I wanted that to be a positive message. Hopefully it is, like going into the new year. But yeah, this ties right into what I was saying before. The next video you will see from me will be on New Year's Eve, and it is a good one, okay? Christmas is this week. I am gonna be chilling the heck out with my family, and I am not gonna post any videos this week, which is gonna be exciting. And so, yeah, taking the week off for Christmas. And I hope you guys do too. Like, take a little experiment. Get the heck off social media. And just kind of like enjoy yourself, you know what I mean? But y'all are not gonna wanna miss the video on New Year's Eve. Oh my gosh, so good. Why is this looking very clumpy? Okay, I swear the weather has something to do with it. I'm using this Better Than Sex, and it is not better than sex today. Girl, I'm gonna be so glammed up to go to the store today. You're gonna be like, who is this person? Oh my gosh, speaking of, the other day I was like, occasionally, you know, when I'm in the store, someone will come up to me or they'll say, oh, you know, I watch your videos and it's nice and everything. And like the other day we were in a store and like 4 different people said something to me. And it was so crazy, and it was a store that I never usually go into. And I'll be honest with you, the people that ever come up to me, and like years ago when I used to have meetups and I'd talk to you guys, like, y'all are the coolest people. Like, and it's weird because you think, oh, well, so many people, you know, they can't all, you know, everybody's so different and diverse, which I love too. Y'all are so freaking cool. Everybody is just like the same kind of like cool person. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys are the best. And it made me feel really nice. And you know, like, I don't know how to act. Like, I know, like, I'm just gonna be honest with you, like, I've never been impressed with myself here. Maybe that's why maybe I've kept like a good head on my shoulders, or like, you know, if anything, I feel less, I don't know, like, I never think of myself as like, oh, I'm on YouTube and all these people see me. Like, definitely, I don't know, like, I've never been that impressed with myself. And so maybe that's when I like always stayed, like, I've always stayed pretty humble, and I haven't really tried to. It's just that I'm not a natural performer. Like, I'm not someone that's like, hi, here I am, like, come meet me and let me take photos and just look perfect. Like, I can't do that. Like, I've talked to people over the years and had meetups and stuff, but I'm always so like, oh my gosh, what are all these people doing here? Nobody's gonna show up today. Like, this is crazy. Or I'm completely awkward, or I just seem like I'm just like frozen in time. I don't know, y'all. I'm the most awkward person, first of all, like in real life. But I just am not like a natural performer. I'm not a natural, like, I don't want attention. So it's kind of funny because on one hand you're like, gosh, you reach a lot of people and you're on YouTube and stuff. But on the other hand, it's like, this is my job. I don't talk to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a room by myself. Like, it's very good for people that are like me, that are introverts. Extremely, like, I'm very, 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 like, to the max an introvert. But like, and I guess what it is too is that, like, I get so drained, like, in big crowds, and when I'm talking to people, I'm a very, like, empathetic person, like, to the max. And so, like, I'm always picking up on, like, what people are, I don't want to say, like, feeling, because that sounds like a little woo-woo and crazy, but, like, I'm always kind of like, you know, kind of trying to read people's feelings, and, you know, like, people's feelings kind of rub off on me and people's energy and stuff. And like, when I would do meetups, it was like, I would go home, or I would go back to the hotel, or wherever, whatever I was doing, and I would feel so incredibly just, I mean, I'd be out, you know, like, it was the most draining thing, and it was wonderful and just emotional and so much fun. But like, I'm just not a performer. Like, I'm not someone that can, like, even just on a silly level as, oh, I'm just gonna have people come here and meet me. It's such a big deal to me. It is such a big deal to me that, like, it wears me out. So, I don't know, and I think what it is maybe I've just never, I don't allow myself to even, I don't even have to try to do this. Like, I don't think I'm important. Like, I don't think I'm any different than, like, when I was before I started this or anything. Like, I don't expect anyone to never know who I am or do anything. And of course, like, I'm a friggin' person on YouTube. Like, it is not a big deal. Like, even if I had like 10 times the amount of subscribers, I still would be like, nobody knows who I am. You know what I mean? And I don't expect that. I don't think people even should feel like that have that number, because it's just, you're on YouTube. Like, get over it. But ooh, this is so good. It's the Fancy Pink Diamond. really enjoyed it. It's the perfect like natural highlighter, you know, because it doesn't look too crazy. It's really pretty. I don't know, you guys, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just, all these feels. But I want to talk about a few things like, oh, Dirty John and Vanderpump Rules, and oh my gosh, let's talk. So yeah, sorry I got all like deep there, but I think it was kind of, I don't know, hopefully it was helpful. I just feel like you gotta think oversharing does not equal being real. And you're tempted to just share every single negative thought, every single complaint, because you know you're gonna get a reaction, and you kind of start feeding off of that reaction. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just complaining about everything. Obviously that's gonna get a reaction. People are gonna say something. You start getting used to that. So then you start sharing every single negative thing that happens in your life. You know, we all have people that we know or that we see or whatever, constantly like, oh my God, spill coffee on myself. Oh my God, my car broke down. Oh my God, do this, do that. Horrible day. And it's like, girl, no, everybody has these things. Everybody has these things that happen, except if I spill coffee on myself and I type about it and I'm like, oh my God, I just spilled coffee on myself, like, and then I wait for people to just feed off. I'm checking it all day. We're talking about this all day. Whereas it's a 10-second thing. Change your shirt, girl, move the hell on. You know what I mean? Like, don't dwell on it. And if you do that, then you start saying, okay, well, guess what happened now? And then it's just your whole life becomes negative. And it's like, when you really go through huge stuff, sometimes you're just like, I can't. I just don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm trying to just stay positive, and of course it's great to share these things sometimes that are bad, you know, but just my main point is, don't get caught up in the negative. Don't get caught up in that feeling of let me just share everything negative all the time. Let's talk about a few other little things, since this video will probably be like 40 minutes long, 50, I don't even know how long it's gonna be. I'm not gonna see you for a whole week, so let's just like blow it out, right? If you're contemplating cutting your hair short, do it. First of all, y'all are always so nice, and you don't have to be. Like, when I cut my hair short, I had extensions, my hair was, I fully expected people to be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, I didn't care. I wanted to cut my hair. I don't care what people, you know, you just got to do what you want to do for yourself. But like, I'm not kidding. It was like the most positive reaction, which is great. And obviously that makes you feel good. So thank you for that. Even if you guys hated it, I'd still like it. You know, I really do. I've really enjoyed it. But don't be afraid to try some new things. You know, it's just hair, it grows back. If you don't like it, I am fully like, I want to keep it short. You know, I might grow it out, you know, at some point I might decide to not cut it anymore, but like, oh my gosh, like, I've just really enjoyed it. But do it, you know, life's too short. Do things that you want to do. Don't worry about what anybody else is going to think about you, but it feels so good. You know, don't worry about what other people like. Just do what you want to do. Oh, but let's, okay, first of all, okay, so I know this is like taking a turn, but Dirty John, okay, yeah, fully aware this is taking a turn. So I talked about the podcast a long time ago. A lot of you guys listened to it. And when I kind of talked about the podcast, it was after it had been out for a couple months, and so it was pretty popular, but I felt like I was late, very late, you know, to the party on that. And then a lot of you guys listened to it because of that. Oh my gosh, we need to do another true crime makeup tutorial, because that's what we did the last time. Okay, we'll do that after the new year. I'm gonna do another true crime makeup tutorial where I'm just doing my makeup, but we're gonna talk about like a lot of true crime things that I've been into lately, which, holy goodness, you guys, I am into some, okay? Into some new ones that you guys have to listen to. One of them being a podcast called 5 Roses, which I think it's gonna be like, I hope that they get better, like with the whole production part of it, which listen, I'm the last person to complain about like the production value of anything. But like when you're listening to it, it's like, it's done by, one of the companies that does it is 11 Alive, which is like our local like news station in Atlanta, one of them. And so like all the sound effects in the background are like, cha 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 cha. It's like, it sounds like when they like drop a big bomb, it's like, you know, it's like very newscasty. I really hope that they pull that back a little, because I cannot listen to it at night, and because it is just like, it's too much in my ear. I have to just listen to it while I'm doing something else, or while I'm getting ready, or just doing something, I don't know. But it is a lot. But what's interesting about it is it's a story that's like a cold case that happened back in the 60s, a couple of them. Lenox Square Mall, which is like where we'd always shop, you know, growing up. I still shop there, but it was kind of like, you know, the fancy mall in Atlanta or whatever. And back then it was like a really big deal, and it's like where the Riches, well, the Riches was downtown. All right, were there too? I remember we'd go see like the tree and ride the pink pig downtown. You guys know, if you're from Atlanta, they put the tree on the bridge, you know, and we'd like drive under the bridge downtown. But anyways, there was like a Riches there. It was whatever. And now there's the, you know, the Riches, that's where the tree is now, and it's like a big giant mall, whatever, we still go there. But anyways, it's like a whole story, like a woman disappeared, and then something else happened a year later, and it was kind of like a little tied into it. And I have a very interesting theory about this. I don't know, but growing up, like you would hear people talk about that. You know, I remember when I mentioned the podcast, like to my family, they were like, oh my gosh, yes. Like they knew all the story, and it was like kind of just like a story people tell you. And I remember every time I would go to Lennox Mall, my mom would always be like, be careful, like be real careful because you'll get snatched out of the parking lot, you know, and I was just like, but legit, like be careful, like don't go anywhere weird, like just. So I would always like valet park when I would go there because I'd be like, I don't want to park. But listen, just, okay, that's another story about safety. But it's very interesting. And I don't know if it was that random, okay? It's pretty interesting. The story itself is very interesting. Really interesting because it's like an area that I know, you know, but it's like pretty creepy. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to get into that, but I'm just saying that's a good one. But the Dirty John TV show, anytime anything ever happens, I've had like people from his family message me, which is very nice. Like it kind of like took me aback, you know, but I'm just saying like anytime anything ever happens, people are always like, oh my gosh, you know, TV show's coming on, or this is happening, or that's happening. And I'm like, what? Because I did that video talking about it, and people kind of like associate that with like it's something that we can talk about together. And I have not watched a single episode of the show on Bravo. My grandma has been watching it. She kind of like keeps me updated, but it's kind of those things like where like the podcast was like, you know, you heard the people's real voices, you heard the story, and it's almost like, you know, you've read a really good book and it's hard to watch the movie, or so I already feel like I know everything that happens, so I'm not even that into watching the show. Do you guys know what I mean? But I always say like if I run out of things to watch, I'm gonna watch it, but I just haven't yet. So what do you guys think? Should I watch it? And then yeah, I'm just, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. I think I'm getting over a lot of the housewives shows. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm done, but like Atlanta for the last couple weeks, Atlanta used to be my favorite for years and years. For one, I'm from Atlanta, whatever. Like we grew up closer to the city when I was like, I know all these areas. It's kind of fun. And I really, really liked women on there. And for years it was so entertaining, and it's just not anymore. It's the same old stuff. And it just feels a little contrived sometimes. So like I can't find something to watch. I'll watch it, but I go sometimes where I just skip entire seasons, and like last season I didn't watch it all. Atlanta's like that. OC I watch because it's kind of like, okay, what's happening? It's kind of it's kind of entertaining because the women are funny sometimes, but it's getting so boring. Okay, well that's done. New Jersey oh my gosh, years ago I used to love New Jersey. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know what it is. And I don't want to say it's like the new, okay, first of all, yeah, one of the new girls that has like the house that she's really, really excited by drives me absolutely insane. I cannot take it. It is what it is. You're just being so rude and disgusting. But then it's like, that's not entertaining. Like there's just no story happening. It's just the same stuff. And I just don't care. And so New Jersey's been kind of like, bleh. But I will tell you, Dallas, I have enjoyed more than anything. I was very late to that game, and I remember like several months ago, I remember tweeting about it like, I am totally watching Dallas Housewives for the first time, and it's like changing my life. It is so good. I enjoyed it so much. But then yeah, the new seasons have been good. I really enjoy that group, and it is interesting. I don't know if it's because it's like fresh and maybe like it's like you haven't seen the same things over and over again. I think that's what's happening with a lot of these other franchises of the shows. Oh, and New York never gets old. Like I don't even care. They are like, the women are just comedy gold, and like they're just good. I love that show. So I cannot wait for New York to come back. But and Beverly Hills, I don't know, I really didn't love it last season. I don't know. I think Lisa Vanderpump's gonna leave this season, right? If I were her, like why the heck does she do that show anyways? Like first of all, like Vanderpump Rules is a show that like years ago I watched it, and then I was like, I'm kind of grossed out by it, I don't want to watch anymore, oh it's boring. And then it's like the last couple seasons, or the last season at least, I'm just like, I'm fully in, I'm ruined. Like I love it, like just enamored by this show. I don't know what it is. It is full ridiculousness and like craziness, but I absolutely love it. When it came back on a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, like I feel like everything is right again. Like Merry Christmas to me. Like it's just such an exciting feeling. I know that's so weird, but so yeah, if you're like one of the two people that don't watch that show, like you should probably give that a shot. It's pretty good. I don't know. I probably don't need to talk about anything else because I'm sure this has gotten really long. And even so, I feel like I have so many other things that I want to talk about. So thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope that y'all have the best time this year with your families. Like I said, take a dang break, turn off the technology for a little bit. We could all do that so much more, and it ain't gonna matter. Just take a break. Just take a break. you're good. Y'all get it. So love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all very, very soon. Bye, you guys.